Hey everybody, this is Mr. Longo, and this video is going to cover finding surface area and volume of pyramids and cones. So there are some similarities to finding surface area and volume in comparison to prisms and cylinders. However, you have to remember when it comes to pyramids and cones, there is only one base, and the faces are triangles. Even on the cone, if you were to unwrap it, it's a weird looking triangle. And they have two different heights. So we're going to go through one of each example. Now the formulas again are right here. The base area depends on the shape. So if you have a square for a base, then obviously it's base times height. If you have a hexagon, then it's, you're going to use your hexagon. And if it's a circle, because it's a cone, you're going to use your radius squared pi. The lateral area is half the perimeter times the slanted height. Now, if you think about that, when we did a prism, our faces were rectangular. But in a pyramid, our faces are triangular, which means we need to use the height, and the area of a triangle is half the base times height. That's where the 1/2 comes from. And because we're going to be painting the outside faces, if we're thinking about it in terms of surface area, we're going to use the slanted height. Now, surface area is just base area plus lateral area. Remember, there's only one base, so we don't have to multiply by 2. Now, the volume formula is different. The volume is 1/3 the base area times the height. And that is when we're going to use the inside height because, remember, volume is like filling something up. If you had a cone and you just wanted to paint it, you would just paint the outside of it. But if you wanted to fill it up, that would fill up the entire inside at a height of the whole thing, not just the outside height. Okay? So, first example is a square pyramid. Now, I'm going to tell you for this particular class, we are only going to use regular polygons for the base of pyramids. Now, there can be all sorts of different kinds of pyramids. We're not going to get into all of them. For this class, we are going to only use regular polygons, okay? So, base area, it's a square. So, base area is going to be 36 units squared because the area of a square is just base times height. Now, the lateral area is where we get into something fun. So now we have to use the formula, which is 1/2 times the perimeter of the base. So again, since I said the base of all of these pyramids are going to be regular, that means a square has 4 sides that are all 6 units long. So the perimeter would be 24 times the slanted height, because we're just going to paint the outside, that would be 5. Okay? So, half of 24 times 5 is going to give us 60 units squared. Now, again, the surface area is easy because you're just adding the base area and the lateral area because, again, there's only one base. So the surface area is 96 units squared. Now, the volume is where you need to switch gears, and you need to go use the inside height. So the inside height is 4. So the volume is 1/3 times your base area, which we already found is 36, times your inside height of 4. Okay, and that's going to give us 48 units cubed. Okay, so that is how you work with surface area and volume of pyramids and cones. Remember, cone, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're just going to use a circle for a base. And remember, circles have a perimeter, but it's called circumference, which is diameter pi. Now, very similar to the previous video on prisms and cylinders, there is a missing piece here. You are missing your inside height. You should be able to find that. Go for it. Pause the video. Give it a shot. So the first thing you needed to do was find that the inside height is 12. Again, that's just the Pythagorean theorem. 5 squared plus b squared is equal to 13 squared. You have an inside height of 12. So now, to find the base area. Base area is radius squared pi. So, our base area is 25 pi units squared. Moving on to the lateral area. lateral area is half the perimeter. Now remember, circumference is equal to diameter pi. So if our radius is 5, our diameter is 10 pi. And then that's multiplied by the slanted height of 13. So you're just going to do 1/2 of 10 times 13, and you get 65 pi units squared. The surface area, or total surface area, we just add those two together, and that's just going to give us 90 pi units squared, because again, there's only one base in a cone. Last, we're going to find the volume. The volume is 1/3 of our base area, which we already found is 25 pi, times the inside height of 12. And that's going to give us 100 pi units cubed for the volume of a cone, and that's it. We are done. So again, pyramids and cones, once you have the formulas, it's really not that difficult. You just have to be careful on what heights you're using. When you're working with a cone, make sure you remember your circumference is diameter pi. Otherwise, we should be good to go. All right, that's it for this video. This is Longo, and I'm out. See you, bye.